years of Shamas ever. I finished my degree in physics from Bhavans College. I started programming computer. I started teaching programming in computer institutes. I started assembling and selling computers. And eventually I landed a job in one of the early .coms, Rediff.com. How many of you recognize Rediff.com? That was in '98. And I was there throughout the Y2K and the .com boom and bust. My life again transformed in 2002. When I started my own business, a web design business called Miracle Works, which I have been running for the last 23 years. And in 2002, I also got married to my beautiful wife Sonali, from whom I have been running for the last 23 years. Happily married is an oxymoron, right? Which is what my wife calls me, except for the oxy part. So this crowd gets it. Married life and business gave me the stability that I needed in life. Although we didn't have children, we did become dog parents to a beautiful German shepherd called Mabel, who was with us for 13 years, passed away 10 years ago. Life has been good, ups and downs in business and life as is normal. In 2012, I joined the annual Toastmasters Club, and in 2017, I got my Distinguished Toastmasters Award. And I've been a Toastmaster on and off since then for the last 13 years now. It's very difficult to take 49 years of life and put it into 6.5 minutes. So I've tried my best to give you an idea of who I am. If you want to know me better, you have to buy me tea. I started with a quote from Shakespeare, so I'll end with a quote from Shakespeare. All life's a stage. All the men and women are just actors. We have our entrances and we have our exits. And that's the cue for this idiot to exit the stage. Thank you very much for listening, and please come and meet me during the break. Thank you very much.
Now we will observe 1 minute silence so that people can give feedback to the speaker. Prepared speech. I'd like to call evaluator Toastmaster Navi on the stage to explain the speech object.
My target speaker is attempting her level 4 project 1 from the Park Effective Coaching. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he or she presents outside a Toastmasters club. So what we're going to do is we're going to stimulate an audience which is difficult to manage, and she will display her skills in managing that kind of an audience. Timer, please note that the time allotted for this speech is 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you.
Now I call Toastmaster Parita on stage. Toastmaster Parita. Parenting then versus now. Parenting then versus now. Toastmaster Parita.
How many of you sitting here are parents? Can I see the raise of hands, please? Very good. Wonderful. How many of you sitting here would love to be parents? Can I see the raise of hands, please? Thank you so much. You all will be sailing in a very beautiful and a wonderful journey. And for all those who have not raised your hands and who do not want to be parents, BPPR, please note their names. Let's make the posters out of that because they are contributing something towards our nation. Yes. With that, let me come to the topic parenting. Most difficult, complex, jumbled, unpaid 24/7 job. Parenting. Wherein you do not get any sick leaves, any holidays. We are on toes. Always. Forever. Here our bosses are half our size and a wee bit unstable. Parenting is not new like AI. AI has taken over the world. But, yes, Ruchi, listen, it might be of great use to you. You are also expected to be a parent somewhere later in the years. So please focus. Coming back to, it is not as new as AI. But AI has taken over the world. But it cannot take over parenting. Because parenting is challenge. It is the most difficult job. We parents are looking after so many chaotic things happening all around. We are tackling tremendous tantrums of teenagers and toddlers. Friends, today I am going to speak about a sensitive topic. Parenting then and parenting today. There has been a great change. Have we all evolved? Have we gone better? Or probably worse? Should be the question that you all should be racking your brains with. Parita, come on, come. Start your homework. Pack your bags for your schools and keep it ready. Ha, Mama, I'll do it. On the other hand, today, Eid. Come on, beta. Please pack your bag, beta. Bacha, stop scrolling the reels, bacha. Please, beta. Yeah, YouTube shorts. Come on, bacha. Get rid of it. I have to keep on quoting this sugar-coated words. Beta, bacha, laddu. But still here has only those earplugs into her ear and she barely listens to what I say. She does only what she wants to. On the other hand here, then I just had heard my mom shouting on top of her voice and I did whatever has to be done. There was no second call that my mom had to give me. This is what is the change. Children these days have become their own boss. They do not have any boundaries. They do not have any rules and regulations. The children are the boss, they are the independent spirit. Previously, when I was a child and I was going through my childhood, that time my parents had authoritarian parenting. Their one word was my action. I will start with the day when I used to get the terrible mark sheet from my school, which had horrible, terrible marks. When I had to show that mark sheet to my parents, I usually had my drooping eyes. I was full of shame that how could I score so low. I somewhere felt my parents are earning so hard and still I am not able to score well. At that moment of time, my parents probably never said anything but only motivated me and told me if this is the case, then what is your future? Imagine. On the other side today, most of us, like parents today, are not getting the mark sheet of our kids. They are all sent online. Parents today do not sign the mark sheet of the children. They are all, everything is seen online. We do not dare to say anything to our children because it might get into the wrong picture. They might get wrong thinking like suicide, mental illness, and what not, addiction, so many things, correct? So we today's parents are a wee bit fearful. We cannot be authoritarian. We have to be as cool as cucumber and we have to tell them, it's okay beta. Marks are just numbers, bacha. Okay. Try next time. Here, on the other hand, my principal would have called me if I would have this mark sheet. I would have been punished. Bharata, what's wrong with you? Why so low scores? You have to give the reason. This is difference. Moving on to another area. Today, as a modern parent, I see the nutritional value of food and I give everything nutritional to my daughters. Healthy apples, home cooked food, pasta, pizza. I do make everything highly nutritional. But still, these kids have everyday Zomato and Swiggy coming on their way. They do not want to eat the delicious, scrumptious food that I have been making for them. And I can only say once, beta, bacha, don't fall for it, it's not healthy. On the other hand, this side of parenting, my mother used to only make dal, chawal, roti, sabzi. Sometimes pav bhaji and pani.
Maybe the problem, isn't it? Maybe they are taking more modern food today, that is why things is complicating.
Can you be a little more louder, please?
We should also start making dal, roti, rice, all that, instead of...
Absolutely. Yes, we should be doing that. But apart from doing that as well, are we able to force feed them that dal, roti, sabzi? There are so many things that's happening. Maybe the grandparents are pampering them, or probably they already have the mobiles in their hands and probably late night they order Swiggy and Zomato. So we are helpless. Here, on this end, parents did not give us options. We were forced to eat the food that we were supposed to have. There was no option given to us.
Financial independence at this time. Therefore, we are paying for it, right? If you refuse to pay for it, then they can't order.
Very good question. We are paying for it. My daughter has her own account in her phone. She is having her own account because she's 18 and now she's eligible to do her own payments. Because she already has the money in her own account. So she probably never asks me, Mama, whether should I order it or not. So on that note, at some point of time, you can restrict them. You can be vigilant.
She's no longer a kid, no? They're talking about her children.
No, but still, for a mother, she's always going to be a child. Okay? I'm sure your mother at this age also will be looking after your nutritional value. Eat healthy, stop eating the outside vada pav. Yes, and that's with all the parents, whether they are 18, 15, 4 or 5. So friends, parenting has changed. Today, parents have become more available to their children. They know what their children are doing. They're getting more better with their children. On the other hand, previously we never had the right of expression. What Mama, Papa told us to do, we had to do it. We could not say no. That's where I am coming to. That's the point I am coming to. Today, the motivation is taken from the means. Today, the inspiration is Google. Today, we are no more perfect. Neither were my parents perfect for me. Because they never allowed me the freedom which I wanted. Today, I can sit with my child and talk any number of nonsense things, have a glass of beer, or probably enjoy myself to the fullest. During those days, when I was young, I never dared to ask my father, Papa, please, I want a mobile, or can I go out with my boyfriend? But today my daughter is like, can I go out with him? I will just be there in an hour. And I have to allow her. Because she's openly asking, and probably yes, that open communication is helping me to give the clarity. So friends.
So for example, a doubt. Somewhere what you have been saying, it seems that you are just accepting the social norms and doing what you don't want to do. Because of society, because of children you don't want to do. And it it seems like you are kind of victimizing today's generation of parents, and you have the say for parenting. Probably the earlier generation of parents might say they are better. Next generation of parents might say they are better.
Absolutely.
Since you are standing on the stage, you are saying this generation of parents are better. So don't you are dumbing the other generation's words.
No, I am not. Here I would like to say that each and every parenting has been different. We all as human beings have evolved as parents. We all are growing, we all are learning. No parenting, whether it was this era, whether it is this era, or whether it is this era, is perfect. Friends, let's not judge parenting. We are good, we are not, we are worst. No. We all are evolving, we all are learning. We parents, with each step that we have taken, have learned something, and so are our children. So let's not be judgmental, and let's grow together and enjoy the journey of parenting. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Now we observe 1 minute silence so that audience can give feedback to the speaker. Before today's meeting, I was having a casual discussion with Toastmaster Vinay. Just a casual discussion about today's meeting. So Toastmaster Vinay was always confused why Sachin Tendulkar had tennis elbow when he actually played cricket. And when Toastmaster Vinay saw Tendulkar in the Wimbledon match sitting in the audience, he thought probably he is there to give some treatment. Alright, now it's time to have our third speech for the day. Are you enjoying so far?
Yes.
Great. So I invite Toastmaster Rohidas to explain the speech objective of his speech.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My target speaker for the day would be delivering her level 1 project 2 speech. The purpose of the project for the member is to learn the basic methods of writing a speech based on the defined purpose and delivering a well-organized speech based on the topic of their own choice. The name of our pathway is Persuasive Influence, and timer, please note the time would be 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Now I call upon Toastmaster Kalpana on the stage. Toastmaster Kalpana, handle with care, Toastmaster Kalpana.
We all work in different spaces. Some works in HR, some IT, some astrophysics, some robotics, some AI. But one thing which is common for all, that thing we should always handle with care. Our stakeholders. When we say stakeholder, what's your thought on it? Anyone from this side? Any stakeholder? Investor, boss, colleagues, customers, of course. So you all fit into the definition that ChatGPT gave to me. Person who can affect or is affected by our work. But my KGPT says this is not true. According to me, stakeholder are the person who asks for the report thrice alternatively. These are the people who will say minor changes and ask 5 alterations. These are the people who will never answer your call. They will never give response to your emails, but will think you should attend the call in one go. So when I started working, I was very new after my post graduation. I thought I should apply all my theory into my practice. So I started working with the district hospital. It's a government hospital. So the government hospital don't have a set kind of things like we have in the corporate. This hospital has a chief and a district official who governs all the things. I thought I should apply my something theory into the sense. So I applied my power interest matrix, which we learned in your our MBAs. So this matrix has 4 quadrants. The first one is high interest, high power. The second one is high power, low interest. The third one is low interest and low power and high interest. And the fourth one is low interest, low power. After juggling for around 6 months, 7 months, I thought I should come up with this theory and I should apply at least one of my theory into practice. So I started working and I came up with my theory, which I don't know worked or not worked. So my high power, high interest stakeholder was the one who was very influential. He was so influential that he likes you, your file will soar like a Chandrayaan. But if he doesn't, it will be like your gym membership card lying somewhere dusty. He is the PA of health official. For what is my strategy for him? We roll red carpet for him. No queues. Free prescriptions and medicines. Extra vitamins and minerals. Sweet chai and sugar coated work. This work was very best for me. So I thought I should put this into writing and I have kept it everywhere. And this worked as well. My second quadrant was the high power, low interest person. So high power, low interest person was the district official. His interest is similar to our interest in taking up roles. He usually don't attend many of the meetings, but his signature has the power to change the entire health system. Our strategy, what worked for us, we didn't do anything. We didn't ask him to come. We usually use our jargons from him. I think we talked like a Sashil Tharoor, which we both don't understand. What influence we do? We influence the PA of the health official, the district official. Influence the influencer. That worked a lot to me. My third quadrant was the one who has high interest but has no power. This is the peon of the hospital. He has seen everything, from duty rosters to which color of yellow fits more in Navratri. He wants to poke up his nose in everything. What strategy we use? We assigned a peon engagement officer. Agar the freest person in the meeting room, we assign him. If this person is out of the hall, we work more efficiently. My fourth quadrant was low power, low interest. These are the other people, the patient, the hospital staff, the doctors, nurses. But what actually are these low interest, low power persons are? They were actually the brick of the hospitals. They have the spine, heart and lung of the hospitals, and they are building the hospital. So I thought, should I apply my second theory? I thought to apply my low power, low interest theory and started working on a pickle-up approach. I made sure that this low power, low interest goes to the high power, high interest. We worked with them, involved them in strategy making, and this helped me a lot. I guess we achieved an ISO certification in the next year. But unlike me, there are many other people who think same. Dr. Pratap Reddy, the founder of Apollo Hospital, was one of this person. He started in the hospital not thinking that the ministry will do the miracle. His words were to prioritize those who are not heard, the patients. And today we have chain of hospitals who think that the low heard people should be heard more. So my theory and practical may not have worked together, but what I thought and what I learned, I set up a baseline that whatever I learned from my first organization, I should look into the people more than putting theories into it. Maybe those who do not have any say carries the most weight. Thank you.
We observe 1 minute silence so that audience can give feedback to the speaker.
A very pleasant evening to you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and beautiful guests who made this evening possible. Today, with the powers vested in me, I'm going to be reviewing the speech of the one and only distinguished Toastmaster, Sangeeta Shobhi. She's going to be attempting, I'm so sorry, she's going to be attempting, so sorry for that, she's going to be attempting the pathway, presentation mastery, and level 1 project 2 from it, and the duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish her all the best.
Now I call upon stage Toastmasters Sangeeta Shobhi. Toastmasters Sangeeta Shobhi. Unsaid Toastmasters Sangeeta Shobhi.
Before we start, I'm requested not to start the time. Can we do an audio check? Toastmaster Tejas, can you hear me? This volume is okay. Amrita? Toastmasters friends, namaskar. I'm Sangeeta Shobhi. And today I'm going to tell you about a very important person in my life. A person who's never hugged me. A person who's never said I love you to me. A person who's never even had one of those soft, warm conversations you're supposed to have with him. A person who's never been in the front row applauding for me. Never bragged about me to anyone. I don't even remember a pat on the back or a nice loud smile. A person with whom I've never had a heart-to-heart conversation. Who's never asked me what I like, dislike, never told me what that person likes, dislikes. This cold and unfeeling person is my father. But then there have been things in life I've always been surprised by. Whenever I've been blue, my mother always makes my comfort food and tells me, no, your father wanted me to make this. I'm very perplexed that at times my father will walk up to me, just say something and go away. It will sound completely random, but it will be exactly the thing I need to hear at that time in my life. This is a person who apparently doesn't have a connection with me, but can read me like an open book. I would be just about going around with my life and would get irritated at something my mother said or my maid did. No, that's a rarity. Didn't do. And I would get annoyed at that. And the person to interpret my annoyance correctly would be my father. As time went by, it took me a while to realize I am so super brilliant that the person in front of me requires so much of time to understand. It took me years to understand that the one person who can read me like an open book or the person closest to me in life is my father. The one thing I also understood is the person I am closest to and can understand like this happens to be my father. This made me think about a lot of small quirks in my life. Like that packet of Karela crisps that you get at Hot Chips. Okay, don't judge me, I'm slightly good. He's always on the dining table. On that day, I've had a bad argument with him, but somewhere he feels he was not reasonable. Or there's always a pen that he doesn't want lying on my table because I've run out of stationery. Or better still, there'll always be somebody at home talking about some career path or something on those days when I was confused and looking for avenues. It took me a while to understand that he and me have a relationship where not everything is said. Or rather, he and me have a relationship where not everything needs to be said. There are ways in which he knows how to be there for me. There are ways in which he knows how to push me out of my comfort zone, which I hate. But still, there are ways in which I know how to be there for him. You see, the bark never falls far from the tree. So today when he comes back and it's been a hot afternoon, I will not be the person asking him, was it too warm, are you tired? I'll just be the person handing him his buttermilk with curry patta and a little bit of asafoetida, just the way he likes it. Because this is how we are. It took me still more years and a few kicks from life to understand another aspect of this. That understanding the unsaid teaches you to look around you at so much you have. Look around you, friends. There is a war raging in the world somewhere. There was a war raging in our country a few months ago. And you are sitting among friends. It's foreign cats and dogs. And we are sitting in a sheltered room. Nothing said, nothing observed. Look at the people sitting in front of you. Everybody who comes on stage can tell me at least 3 faces which are looking at you with shine in their eyes, expecting to see what you're saying. And there are definitely a couple of eyes which are looking at you to evaluate you, other than the evaluator. These are your unsaid blessings. Where you learn to listen to the unsaid, you grow because you listen to more. And when you start saying the unsaid, you reach more because the unsaid comes closer to you, stays with you. What do you say? Toastmasters Meeting.
We observe 1 minute silence to give feedback to the speaker. How good you are at guessing something? What do you think is the fastest serve of tennis serve, I mean it's a lawn tennis serve, recorded in men's singles in modern history? What could be the speed in kilometer per hour?
140.
Sorry, how much?
140.
No, much higher.
225.
A little bit closer.
160 kilometers per hour.
No.
100 miles.
240. In kilometer per hour. No, it's 240. Closer, just a little bit.
240 something.
A little more. It's 263 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine a tennis ball coming at you at 263 kilometers per hour speed? Maybe that's why I didn't play this. Alright, now it's time for our next speech, the 5th speech of the session. I would like to call evaluator Toastmaster Rajesh on the stage.
Toastmaster Raja. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My target speaker, Toastmaster Anish Babu, is attempting Level 3, Project 1 from the pathway Engaging Humor. His project name is Know Your Sense of Humor. And the objective is to develop a collection of humorous stories and present a speech that includes humor. The timer, please note, the time allowed is 5 to 7. All the best, Toastmasters.
Now I call Toastmaster Anish on the stage. Toastmaster Anish, are you the Sleeping Beauty? Are you the Sleeping Beauty, Toastmaster Anish?
Our first impression is always right. So looking at me, what do you guys think? Am I a sleeping beauty? Yes? Yes. No? Yes. I'm sure some of you might be thinking in your mind, yes, with age it happens. That's a problem at one point of time or another all of us have to face. But it is not true. I had this problem since I was a child. When I was in 8th standard, my family went out. And when they returned, I was sleeping. And they found out before opening the door because they kept on knocking, ringing the bell. And 2 hours later, as the sleeping beauty woke up, looked at the clock, looked around and didn't see anyone, went out and opened the door. Parents were sitting in front on the corridor. The whole society had assembled. Just like how the princess was asleep and the whole city had come. I got the scolding of my life that particular evening. And I promised myself I'm never going to put myself in that situation. But life has a funny way. It is going to put you in difficult situation till you learn the lesson. 2 weeks later, again my family went out. And they told me, don't sleep. And this time when they came, again they kept on knocking. They kept on ringing the bell. And again, I didn't open the door. After again 3 hours, I opened the door. And the whole society were around to see the sleeping beauty get the scolding of the life. As a human race, it's ironic. We are a race which is very mean, who takes pleasure and humor in somebody else's pain. That day I always feel that whenever I went to school or college, the neighbors would say, look at that sleeping beauty. But stories didn't stop that. When I moved on to working job, the stories continue. How many of you have seen a person hold that bag in front, sit and sleep? I would have been probably one of those faces. So for me, it doesn't matter where I sleep or with whom I sleep. I like the way you guys are thinking, but it is not what I mean. I meant whether it's home, auto, bus or train. The moment I go to sleep and the moment I open my eyes, it's always some other person who is sitting beside. Once while returning from Goregaon, in the last train, I slept. And at 2 a.m., I got up at the train yard. That was the first time I visited a train yard. Came out of the station, took a to my home. And whenever I share these stories with my friends, they always ask me, are you a sleeping beauty? The only thing I am happy about is they consider that I am beautiful. But like I said, life has a funny way to keep teaching you that lesson till you learn it. But other times there are good sides as well. For example, during college, whenever the teacher gave a boring session, or in office there are boring updates, or maybe in club meeting, like for the last 75 minutes, what do you think I was doing? So everything has a downside or the upside. It's how we choose to look at it. So when it comes to sleeping, I always enjoy. I'm talking about sleeping only still. Don't run your mind. Listen to what the sergeant had told the guidance at the beginning. Not just about in the speech, but in the thoughts as well. People have always blamed me that I never had control. And I never knew the reason till I joined Toastmasters and started working on my icebreaker speech, which you must have seen some time back, about introducing myself, and started researching on my name, Sanish. But if you look in Sanskrit, it is broken down into 2 parts, Su and Nish. Su meaning good and Nish meaning Night. So something you say when you are about to sleep or in the night. Good night. So it's not my mistake that I fall asleep. Actually, it is the mistake of my parents. And yes, karma is real. It is because they named me like that. That's why I always fall asleep. Now, how many of you over here are married? Can I see a raise of hand? Now, those of you who did not raise their hand, never listen to these people. For every problem, they have one solution. That I have gone through the suffering of marriage. I don't want them to enjoy this peace. So for my every problem, even of sleeping, they would suggest, why don't you get married? Why would I want to lose my peace or my sleep? So don't listen to them. For most of my life, I have been fighting for my name to be pronounced correctly, not the other meaning. But finally, if I am asked the question, whether I am a sleeping beauty or not, I will leave up to you guys after sharing this small anecdotes. But what I would like you to take away is the pronunciation of my name. What is it?
Sanish.
Thank you. Over to you.
We observe 1 minute silence to give feedback to the speaker. It's time for our 6th speech. I call evaluator Toastmaster Dharmesh on the stage to explain the speech objective of his speech.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Padmapani, is attempting his level 2 project 3 speech. The name of the project is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, and the purpose of the project is for him to share some aspect of his experience as a protege. Timer, please note that the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmasters Padmapani, and good luck.
Calling for our 6th speaker, Toastmaster Padmapani on the stage. Toastmaster Padmapani, the grandfather of all mentors. The grandfather of all mentors, Toastmaster Padmapani.
Mentoring is not about making people like you, but helping them making better version of themselves. Quotes David Stone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Bob Proctor once said, a mentor is someone who sees more potential, talent and ability in you than you see in yourself, and he makes you achieve your goal. And that's what exactly my mentor DTM Vinay does, getting best out of mentees like me. Making best speech after every meeting. Mentors not only make your speech better, but they make you grow. In Toastmasters, mentors are like GPS. Any guesses why mentors are like GPS? Yes, because every time they reroute you when you lose your speech path. But long before stage fright and Toastmasters, I had a mentor. Grandfather of all the mentors, my grandfather. And today I am going to share few of the learnings. So learning number 1. Mentors focus on similarity, not the shortcomings. I'll share you a story. One day, at my native place, I was sleeping with my grandparents. We are three of us, me and my grandparents. Mid of night, he woke me up and he whispered, "Get up, there are thieves in the backyard. They are trying to open the door." I began trembling. And I observed my grandmother, she decided to step up the baseline, took a stick and moved to the backyard. And my grandfather cautiously followed her. And I kept on trembling. But it turned out to be not a thief, but cow trying to open the door. So next morning, my grandfather called me and he said, "At your age, I too was scared, but over the period, I became brave. But still not brave enough like grandmother." So, learning number 2, from grandfather of all the mentors. Mentors share correct feedback, non-judgmental feedback. One Diwali vacation, grandfather gave me some money to buy crackers. Adventures me and my equally mischievous friend had a genius idea. We got firecrackers, got one rope, tied it to a street dog's tail and set it on fire. The confused dog bolted into busy market and for some time caused chaos. And here we were dancing, cheering like mini pyromaniacs. Then my grandfather called me. He asked, "What made you do that?" "Just a prank." "Did you enjoy it?" Yes, very much." "Did the dog enjoy it?" That one question hit me like anything. It was more than a punishment. It was a reflection. He showed me mirror so that I can know the truth. Lesson number 3. Once we were standing on the bus stop. I wandered behind the bus. He swiftly pushed me back and said, "Once a beautiful lady standing behind the bus, suddenly bus came back and she got badly injured. Fortunately since that day I never stand behind the bus. But I always go and check. Any guesses what I check?" Yeah, that's right. I go and check if any beautiful lady standing there, but that is purely out of public service. Don't take it wrong. So friends, mentors not only teach you, they take you on lifelong journey. They make you think long term. And they show you mirror so that you can find out the truth. Let's come back to Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, behind every successful speech, behind every ace performance, and behind every contest winning speaker, there is one man. Any guesses?
Mentor.
Yes, the mentor. Friends, let your journey as a mentee shape you into mentor worth emulating. Thank you.
We observe 1 minute silence to give feedback to the speaker. Now we take a break of 10 minutes. Request you to all be back after 10 minutes short. At 6:40 should be fine. 6:40, please.